Okay, good. Live. Ladies and gentlemen, happy July 4th. And what if I told you that we have hard put scientific evidence, proof that thoughts are the things that not only shape trading, but also shape our lives? How you could improve as a trader today by following these easy steps. I am Mark Melnick, and this is the Newsbeat Show. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Newsbeat Show. What if I told you that trading goes beyond what people think? I think you've all heard of the Tony Robbins type people before, positive thinkers, positive this, and then they'll, try to evolve people just based on the way they think. But instead of charging you tens of thousands of dollars for stuff that you could mainly find on the internet for free, I have actually researched and put together a group of things that confirm scientifically that you can have these following thoughts that might actually improve the way you trade. Let me ask you a question before we get started. How many of you, while inside a trade, are literally telling yourself either verbally or in your mind that while you do these things, you are actually saying, I shouldn't be in this trade. Oh my God, what did I do? I'm so stupid. I'm so this. You're already berating yourself, or this is such a stupid trade. I shouldn't be here. How many of you guys do that? How many of you guys do that out there? That is something that I've done for years and I got out of it. And I'm going to share with you how I got out of it. And not only share with you how I got out of it, show you there's scientific evidence that shows that thinking in this manner in which I'm going to show you today is not only conducive to your success as a trader, but conducive to just about every single aspects of your life going down to your health. But without further ado, by watching this show, you are agreeing told me, Mark Melnick, harmless and not responsible for anything said here. If you do not agree to that, just exit this video and you are cool. Also, if you're a troll, you can go ahead and exit and thumbs down this video right now before you listen to any real part of it. And if you agree to those terms, just keep watching. So, with all the people talk about scientific innovation. When a lot of people think about scientific innovation, what actually happens here is they are thinking about drugs mainly. That'll be one thing. Some people think of it more in terms of the warfare type things with the evolution of military technology. When people think about, this advancement of our understanding of just about everything in life that goes around us, few people talk about the recent trends in neuroscience. And basically, there were discoveries in the 20th century showing that neuroplasticity has demonstrated that the physical reality of our brain has been formed from our past experiences and can change based on new input. That is basically neuroscience, the neuroscientific evidence in which I want to share with you today. And then after I explain to you what's actually happening, then I'm actually going to tell you some of the things that you could do to improve that. Some of the questions, like a lot of you guys might just want the answer right now, and that's fine, but you have to understand scientifically why this is going to work for you. Because if you do not have faith in the system that is directly in front of you, ladies and gentlemen, you are more likely to fail. And it's actually proven. And we're going to talk about that. You see, when you actually have thoughts, when you're actually that person where you're thinking and you're having these negative thoughts, I mean, I have seen trader thoughts from mass depression, suicidal thoughts. I have seen the darkest things that not many people want to talk about that are attached to being a trader. For some people, at least, it's hard for people to go there. It's not a sexy topic. People don't want to address the problem. They just want to try to band-aid the problem with the newest, sexiest way to read the market and read the charts because that appeals to every single person out there. But sometimes as a trader, this, even if it doesn't, even if I'm not referring to where you are right now, what I am saying is going to help you. I'm also just telling you that if you are in those darkest places, that this is going to really help you on this episode. So when we're actually having thoughts, it's actually creating chemicals, and this is from an article called The Indefinite Body. It literally creates chemicals that pour into our streams and blood rivers coursing through our body. Within 20 seconds from your thought, the chemical composition of the body is altered by your thought, having an acid or an alkaline effect on your body. As we persevere on limiting negative thoughts, our nervous system is literally sending these chemicals inside our muscles. When you have these negative thoughts, there are a different concoction of chemicals located within your muscles. You have to understand the science of why these things happen. And once you understand it, I'll show you solutions that have worked for many people who suffer from these and how you could get past it. Again, I will approach this. It's not the sexiest topic in the world, but from somebody who, has been in very interesting situations in life, I think that I have witnessed enough that I'm at least very qualified to speak on the issues right now and at least quote neuroscientific journals and collect the evidence to bridge it into trading and show the analogies and how it connects with each other. And that is ultimately what I'm doing there. I know I have a fancy, I know I have a fancy trading title, the director of trading psychology. The truth is, I am not a psychologist, but I promise you, if you stick with me, I will show you more about the psychology of trading than any top psychologist on this planet, any shrink out there who's going to sit on a chair with a pair of glasses, a suit that looks disgusting, like he picked it up out of a garbage bin, but really cost him $600-700, while you're laying on a disgusting, uncomfortable couch, looking at the ceiling, having him just sit there writing down notes as you talk to him. Well, how does that make you feel? We're going to actually delve into the neuroscientific part of it and give you solutions. So these solutions, again, are all stuff that you could read these scientific studies on the internet. They're all available on the internet. I did not write these scientific studies, but I've gathered the right amount of studies and evidence that we can have an impactful part of your life. So what happens is your physical body actually begins to contract, and that's actually from Lauren Robbins. The articles, The Indefinite Body, and our physical body contracts and thinking becomes foggy. What you will notice, so what I did is I go now to the statistical side of trading, and when you have bad thoughts, your next decision in trading will usually happen within that 20 to 30-second range. You're thinking of a negative thought, this, that, this, that, this, that. Usually, a lot of times, 20 to 30 seconds later, you're going to react in that state when you do something wrong, of course. If you're somebody who thinks sad, angry, or negative thoughts most of the day, you're literally physically weakening your immune system. The chemicals in your body which fight off infection can clinically be shown to decrease. That's from Kathy Chapman. She's a PhD. She's also a licensed clinical social worker, and she writes in Strengthening the Immune System, an article titled Strengthening the Immune System. And Dr. Joseph Dispenza comes out and he will say that the thinking brain, or the neocortex part of your brain, is the seed of our free will and allows us to have a choice and opinion. He says that if people change their thinking, was the effect in the brain that is the same effect within the brain, sending a new signal to their body And the answer to that is yes, our thoughts have a direct connection to our direct level of health. Thoughts make a chemical. So there is an infinite concoction. So what's happening here, just so you understand, then I'm going to give the solution to all this. But what's actually happening here, according to these neuroscientists, is that your thoughts are actually creating a chemical concoction that gets released into your body. You know what? You ever go to the casino and pull a slot machine and hit like 100 or 200 or 300 coins or 400 or 500 or even more coins? And people, you can ask those people and you could say, "How do you feel?" And those people say, "I feel great." That feeling great is literally their body, not their brain. They are in a positive mindset, but their body feels great. According to Dr. Joseph Dispenza, who wrote In the Physics, the Brain, and Your Reality, there is sound evidence that our thoughts do matter. We always replace those old patterns with a greater ideal of ourselves. If rehearsed mentally, we will grow new circuits. So when I tell you guys I'm trying to create new neurological connections in your brain, I am actually physically trying to do this for your brain. I mean, when you listen to anything, they're doing it for your brain. So it's very important that these neurological connections and these new circuits in your brain override the bad habits that you had before as a trader. And according to him, it allows the brain in which we stand on to execute a new level of self. I'll just go into a couple more and then I'm going to talk about um, the answers here. It goes into illness, it goes into everything. The neurological concoction released into your body goes into your muscles. You need good blood circulation to actually filter it out. Try talking to traders who have bad blood flow circulation, and that tends to be most people who don't stand up, aren't walking, aren't exercising. They tend to have not great blood flow. If you had a negative day, and you don't work out, you are more likely to repeat that negative day because you can't release the chemical concoction within your body because you were sitting your behind on a chair all day, or a couch, or a bed, or whatever it is, and you didn't get up and whatever, go to a gym, go outside, run on a treadmill for 5, 10 minutes for God's sake. I know I could do a lot more of that. Can't we all? Well, not all. Some of you guys in the room are like, some of you guys work out. But what happens is, you know why the placebo, again, I am not a scientist by any stretch of the imagination, but I will tell you this. I will tell you this, and I believe it from the bottom of my heart, that if you were to actually, it, you've heard of a placebo effect, right? If you actually give somebody a sugar pill, what happens is they'll realize the sugar pill was just as effective or more than the drug. That's what happens with a placebo effect. Whether it's a drug, whether it's a nutrient, a vitamin, whatever it is. If you're claiming something does a change, one of the things that they do most often is they will do a study. They will take a certain number of participants, usually between 200 and 2,500, and they will give half the subjects one thing without telling them, and half the subjects a placebo effect. And then what they want to do is they actually want to see the differential between how many more people had a better effect from whatever it is you were testing compared to the placebo effect. I humbly believe that placebo effects work because the human brain is actually thinking positive things like that they're going to be cured and they're going to be healthy. Now, you might be sitting there saying, well, if that was the answer for everything, you could just really truly believe that the worst diseases would go away, and they would. That's not what I am saying. What I am saying is it is just one step in the fight to change. And some people just needed that one more step, and some people might need a couple steps, but it's like saying, you know, if you smoke a cigarette, is it going to kill you? Probably not. But if you keep smoking it, it's pretty much as inevitable as it comes, right? The point being over here is with the placebo effects, by actually truly being confident in doing positive affirmations, you can actually put this positive thing with you. It will take you up one more step in trading. For a lot of people who watch this, I promise you, I will get emails after this episode, maybe a week, a day, a month, combination of all three emails from you guys saying, Mark, that just completely changed everything. And you'll have people who are saying, you know what, I notice I do this less often, and that's a good thing, but I still need a little more to get there. And then you'll have traders who are very successful and they'll apply this mentality and it will just take them to the next level above and beyond. Something good for you is always just something good for you, regardless of where you are. Short of, unique food allergies, if you could eat, nobody really thinks a salad is unhealthy for you. Nobody really thinks that these days. A salad could help you whether you're muscle upon muscle or you're overweight or you're in the middle or you're in between or wherever you are. Nobody could really argue that the salad is positive for you regardless. The same thing is exactly what I'm doing in trading here. What I'm going to share with you right now is going to be positive for you regardless. In fact, talking like this is positive for me. Let's take it to that level that I am also helping my steps as just constantly evolving and climbing as a trader. I'm also improving myself by doing this. So I want to talk about some positive affirmations here. I think these are very important things, especially as a trader. I think these things can take you to the next level if you actually do them. So we just went over how our thoughts have an immense effect on what paths we take. If you talk to any coach or mentor, or dare I say, am I a motivational speaker? I doubt it. But if I am motivating you, that's great. And they will very likely embrace and support these positive affirmations. Think about it. If your mind's narrative is constantly driven by negative thoughts and fears, you will likely struggle to meet your desired goals, be it in trading, be it in relationships, life, this, father, mother, brother, sister, aunt, girlfriend, boyfriend, partner, whatever, wherever you are. So let's go into our first trading affirmations here. The first one is saying to yourself that I am a consistently profitable trader. And this is going to really help. And I know we're doing the course next week on July 14th. Again, I'll paste something in the description on this video regarding it. But this is going to help you when we start actually helping you discover what you're good at in the market. As I always say, you just need to be good at one aspect in the market to be consistently profitable. So voicing this affirmation is the first thing that you should do. And I'm going to do it with you. And this is just right off IC markets. So just say, I am a consistently profitable trader. I'll type it out in the room. I am a consistently profitable trader. You do this in the morning. You don't have to do it the first thing you wake up, But as you are making your coffee or as you're thinking about trading, as soon as trading crosses your mind, if it's when you wake up, do it right before you even look at the market. Before you grab, how many people here grab their phone and use like a Yahoo Finance or some financial thing that tracks stocks and shows you where they gapped up or down pre-market? I mean, I do it. Um, yeah, we all do it, right? So this is what you do before you do it. So it might be the first thing in the morning for you if that's what you do. Even if you have not reached a level of consistency yet, do not be afraid to say it. This is the key. This is the key. You might be sitting there saying, well, I am not a consistently profitable trader yet. You might be sitting there thinking that, but that is not the point of what we're doing here. The point is we are going to be one step closer to where we need to be if we do this. This, to me, is like taking a trader vitamin. You are improving your brain. You are insane if you are not going to do these things and you are not consistently profitable yet. I think you're insane even if you are consistently profitable to try to think of these things. Also, it's important that when you say that I am consistent, you're expressing it in the present tense. I never said I am going to be consistent. So let's go ahead and just write them down for you so you guys can screenshot it and I'll tweet it out to Newsbeat Live members. Here, just first one, I am consistently profitable. First step. So I shouldn't even say step one. I should actually label it as first step. First step. Wake up. I put those dots there because I don't know, some people when they wake up, I don't know, everybody has a different thing, but before you start approaching to the market, you need to say that. If the first thing you look at is in the market in the morning, you have to do it right as you wake up, okay? So I am consistently profitable. That will be the first step. Notice in present tense, not I am going to be. Using using future tense will effectively nudge your goal into the future through this chemical concoction in your body. Much like hanging a carrot in front of the donkey or the horse, or you ever see they put a hat on somebody with the long stick and the carrot and they put them on the treadmill and they keep running after it. It's like that. It will nudge you forward into the future, like hanging a carrot in front of a horse. The next thing, the next thing is understand that trading is a game of probabilities. That's why I give numbers. So the second step, does anyone want to guess it? That trading is a game of percentages or probabilities. If I typoed, whatever, I think you guys, maybe I didn't. So the second thing to do here is tell yourself trading is a game of percentages and probabilities. You have to do this well before you go sit down at your computer. Once you understand that trading is a game of percentages or probabilities, you're going to start falling in love less with positions. They're going to become just a means to your end to execute upon. One, you have to realize trading is a game of percentages or probabilities. It goes well beyond the chart. People who show you chart patterns will never give you the percentage that they win or lose. They'll just say that I'll like it. They could flash a P&L. They can flash something that will bring you in. They could flash member P&Ls. They can talk about the millions of dollars they made last year, but don't get sucked into the bling. Instead, just realize to yourself, say trading is a game of probability. Trading is a game of percentages or probabilities. And until you understand what those percentages and probabilities are, you really don't know what you're trading. So admitting that to yourself early is a key and will help you not fall in love with position. So this is you have to always do this in the order of steps, I feel. I would say it's important. Next thing is I have confidence in my strategy. I have confidence in my strategy. That is the third step here, that you have to do. Now, you might be sitting there thinking, again, Mark, I don't have confidence in my strategy. That is not what I am getting to. That is not what I am getting to. Whether you do or don't is irrelevant for this exercise. Make sure that you're always in present or future tense when speaking. Always be in present or future tense with a bunch of exclamation marks. That's very important. I have confidence in my strategy. Now, this step is kind of simple because without confidence in your trading strategy, you're going to likely end up throwing in the towel, as without the guidance of a trusted method, you'll have no purpose and question every move you make. This is not how profitable traders operate. If you're trading a strategy that resonates with your personality, which we will be doing throughout the entire course, for example, has been back tested, like all our strategies are, and forward tested using real results, which they are, then saying this affirmation each trading day will help you recall the hard work you have already put in to develop your method. Now, we'll show you also ways to garner confidence in something that works for you. The truth is, what I don't like in the industry that happens today, a lot of people are like, my way or the highway. You know what? I was guilty of that. I was guilty of that many years ago as a broadcaster, like back when I was broadcasting for 3, 4 years. I really thought, like, you have to do it my way. This is what works for me. But little did I know that maybe not everybody could have followed that exact strategy that I do. So in order for somebody to be successful in the market, you must be able to identify what you do well and what you do not do well. There are things, whether you are profitable or not, I can guarantee you I do things better than you, and I can guarantee you you do things better than me. I guarantee. There are aspects of the market, whether you're profitable or not, that you are far better than me at. And that's okay. That just makes us human beings. It's just something that you have to admit. So what I like to do with my strategies is I like to try to cater to different strengths out there. So I take the most common strengths by looking at every aspect of the market and trying to develop a strategy that is conducive to the success of people looking to apply those strategies. Now, you might be sitting there saying, Mark, how will I know what I am good at? We're actually, that's one of the entire purposes of the course. One of the entire purposes of the course is to actually help you realize what you're good at and what you're not good at. What does it mean if you're listening to a bunch of things, buying, selling, all these different names and ideas, when you might not be good at a few of them? How many how many people out there see a strategy, see it executed, see a bunch of people in the chat room you're in saying, "Oh, that's up a lot of money. That's real great. Yeah, thank you, Mark," or "Thank you, whoever brought up the trade." Da 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 da, and then you're sitting there, behind the scenes, and you're like, "Well, I lost on that trade." How many people feel that? I mean, I'm not listening to a broadcast, I'm doing it, so I mean, I guess you know what I'm doing in real time, don't you? It's happened, right? And you're sitting there, you're like, why didn't I make money? Maybe you weren't supposed to make money. Maybe that's a strategy you won't be good at. So you're going to hammer your head as much as you can until you get good at it, or you're going to cut it out like something that doesn't belong, find something you're good at, and start there and start making consistent money there before potentially, whether you want to or not, branching out into the future. And if you're able to apply these consistent strategies on the thickest names on Wall Street, your ceiling is practically infinite. You will hit Mars. You will be the first. Your ceiling of potential will go beyond Mars, beyond the asteroid belt, beyond Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune, Pluto. Pluto's not a planet. Why? Because some because some science nerd said that they're both trying to manipulate each other's gravity and spinning around each other, and they're of similar size. So you're telling me if an Earth-sized planet came within our gravitational pull and literally started orbiting around us, maybe Earth wouldn't be a planet anymore. Okay, enough science nerd. I have confidence in my strategy. You always have to be in the present tense. The next thing, the next thing on the list is I am patient and will wait for the right opportunity. Once you know what you're good at, part of actually knowing what you're good at is knowing what to avoid. So you basically just come in this point and you literally call yourself patient. Whether you are patient or not is completely irrelevant. You have to do it this way. These are positive affirmations that will take you one step ahead in trading if you want to do the work. So many people think doing the work in trading is looking at a billion charts all day. Some people think doing the work of trading is using data to try to predict certain things. And there are a lot of people do a lot of steps, but how long can this take you in the morning? What is this? A minute or two? If you can't invest a minute or two, 5 days a week, good luck. You are giving up a very key part of trading. You see, what I've noticed in traders is the traders that lose money actually spend the most time with the markets. I mean, people who are losing money in trading want to be successful, so they're constantly spending time doing an infinite plethora of potential possibilities. Yet, here we are. Yet, here we are. What are you going to do today? You are patient. You need to wait for these opportunities. It's about the work. It's about the work. The question really is, so Josh is saying you're giving out all the secrets to being profitable here. Funny how they're right in front of us, but they seem so far away sometimes. That is true because nobody actually taught you how to approach them properly. If you're hearing this on another trading broadcast, you know, maybe maybe some people address it the way I do. Maybe they didn't. I don't know. To be honest, I can't tell you. These things are out there. Are you willing to put in this sort of effort every single day? Are you going to be, how many people here are going to print this out? What you see here in your screen, I'll be posting it on Twitter and in the room, but how many, and you could screenshot it obviously if you're watching on YouTube, how many of you are going to print this out and do it every day? Take 30 seconds a step. Repeat it to yourself. I'll copy and paste them for you too, Kev. You can, Josh, yeah. Alex, you too. Yeah. They say mindset is people will make up funny things. They'll say mindsets are, 95%, 99%, 100%, 80%, 75% of trading. So why don't we focus on that more often? Because most traders agree that trading is mostly psychological. Why are we always so shy to delve into that realm? Why are we so shy to delve into that realm? I am patient. I wait for the right opportunity. Very simple, positive affirmation. And again, all these studies, all these everythings, this is stuff that's available free on the internet. My point is that it works. So maybe the answer of what you were looking for was right in front of your face all this time. I'm just gathering it for you and trading, converting it. So when you say I am patient and wait for the right opportunity, you could say I am patient, I do not chase trades, I only trade when opportunities present themselves to me. And making the mistake of trading for the sake of trading is always a disaster waiting to happen. A common misconception is that you need to trade regularly to make money. I am living proof that that is the farthest thing from true as possible. While, of course, it's true that you must place trades to make money, you do not have to trade every day. Remember when I was telling you that in trading that you need to be like a sniper. So the last one I think is very simple here, and that's just going to be I control my emotions in regard to, excuse my caps lock. I think these are so important, so I'm holding the shift button down as I type these. I don't want to make it seem like I'm yelling at you, but if actually that's what you need, somebody to yell at you to make you start doing these things to help you, then yes, consider myself yelling at you. But pretty much this is it. This is it. And I'll just copy. If you guys want to copy and paste it in the room, I'll just copy and paste it for you guys right now. Try these affirmations. I will take the challenge with you. I currently do not use these affirmations, but I shall. There is enough science behind it that actually proves that I'm having a beneficial impact upon my body. Again, all these scientific, neuroscientific studies are all over the internet, and I really hope that you were enlightened. I really hope that you were enlightened with this Newsbeat episode. If you would like to be part of this course, which will help you um, in conjunction with these affirmations, there will be a link in the description. I hope you guys enjoyed the Newsbeat Show. God bless America. Happy July 4th. And we'll see you guys tomorrow on the Newsbeat Live trading broadcast. Have a wonderful evening.